How's it? Sean from Combat Simulations. Pindos Historical Campaign. This is the scenario we're going to be playing today from the Allies side. So before we get started, please subscribe to my channel. It's free. And also leave comments and suggestions. And watch my videos. And like them too. It helps me a lot. Alright, cool. Yeah, it's a 9-day scenario. There's no initial orders delay. The Allies briefing to Major General Vrakonos, I can't pronounce that, from the Hellenic Land Army GHQ. The Italian attack has come at a bad time for us. With our forces, including your 1st Infantry Division, still only half mobilized, the frontier posts will have to hold with what they have at hand. The enemy is putting in what looks like a fairly strong effort in the difficult country of the Pindos Mountains. Our only troops there are the local detachment, commanded by Colonel Konstantinos. I hope I pronounced that. Davikas. You are to create your headquarters in the sector as soon as possible and to take control of all forces moving in the area. It is likely that the enemy objective will be to capture Vosia and exploit Metazovan. This will drive a wedge through our army, trapping most of our mobilized forces in Ypres. You must prevent this from happening at all costs. As well as our own division, the Cavalry Brigade and the Cavalry Division will be allocated to your sector as soon as they are mobilized and available. Pindos detachment is unlikely to be able to hold up for very long. You will have to decide whether to attempt to hold everywhere or whether to allow some enemy penetration in order to set up your forces for a counter-offensive. Player note: the favor the Axis reinforcement schedule removes the Army Corps Delta Recce group and I think that's the Mountain Army Group 1st Army Regiment from the Greek reinforcements, representing a slower than historical Greek mobilization. All right, 28th of October 1940, historical scenario, yeah, 600 hours, Pintos Mountains, Greece. A weak Greek regiment defends against an Italian mountain division, but reinforcements are on the way. Okay, historical scenario. At the same time as the Italian forces crossed the border in Ypres, the spearhead of the invasion, the 3rd Julia Alpani Mountain Division was forcing its way past the border post nestled amongst the Alps of the Albanian border. Opposing the division was a single weak infantry regiment, the Pindos Detachment, commanded by Konstantinos Davikas. The Italian objective was to pass either side of the opposing mass of Mount Smolikas, then converge on a small town of Vosia prior to exploring through the key pass of the Metzovan. Taking the pass would enable the Italians to cut off the entire Greek army of Ypres, defending the reinforcement or withdrawal and preventing the reinforcement or withdrawal and destroying a better part of the still mobilizing Greek army. The Greeks were largely taken by surprise by the initial assault, which, as elsewhere, began prior to the formal declaration of war. The Pindos detachment is on the back foot, and if it is overwhelmed, the war in Greece could end in an Italian victory by the end of November. The Greek High Command also reacting to a serious threat in Ypres, is sure to send reinforcements to block the road to Metzovan, but they have enough troops. But do they? But they will. But will they have enough troops to spare? Alternative reinforcement schedules are available to add to the forces available to the Italians or subtract from the strength available to the Greeks. Yeah, so it keeps talking about but the thing is, the objectives are here. So our objectives are here. These are objectives here. Okay, let me show you. There's an objective. That's a 30. All right, that's a 30. That's a 30. That's a 20. That's a 10. That's a 10. And a lot of some of them are completion. Uh, in fact, but the big ones are all occupation. So we must hold on to them as long as enough, and that as long as we can. And that's another objective that comes on day 3, and that one comes on day 4 over there. Those are 5s. Those are small objectives. They're not a lot. I wonder why this objective is not so high. They keep talking about him coming through there, but Anyway, as it stands, these are the objectives at the moment. And these are our objectives. All right. We don't have any other objectives to hold. We don't have an objective to defend down here. We've got these. These are our objectives. These are the ones to hold. So what have I done? Let's have a look. Let me just put this on. Okay, so we've got the Greek. This is the Greek infantry division is the main guy. So we've got this detachment available at the moment. So and then there's just different. How can I put it? They've got like different battalions underneath them. I'm just gonna close these off so they're all done. So we've got a where's it? Yeah, we've got a regiment over there. We've got one over there. We've got a battalion over there, and it's the detachment HQ. So what have I done? Basically, these are 30 points, so they need to be held. So I've sent this entire regiment, sorry, not this entire battalion, down there to occupy this objective, to help this guy over there. This is only a fiver, so I've sent his entire regiment to occupy over there, and I've left the... In fact, I should put a defend over here. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, and that's right. I'll put a defend over there so he doesn't move. But I've put the main commander, which is the big guy, I put him defending situation so his guys don't move. But I want to make sure he sits this artillery. If we lose that, it's not a big problem. And then I've sent this guy to there to occupy that. See if we can get that. I don't know. He's got troops over here. This guy is helping over there. And this guy is helping over there. These are tens and whatever. So that we've covered all the objectives. And that's it. That's what I've done. Just see if he... Make sure this is on current. Yeah, that's all I can think. These are objectives, so I've marked them, commanded them. So those are the objectives we need to hold. So let's start. Let's fire the belly up. Yeah. Yeah, all's quiet. Nobody's come yet. Oh, it's fine. I'll send my troops down there. He's going to move. So let's just see what happens. He's going unimposed. There's nobody coming. Well, let's just see. Hasn't started attacking yet, so... Hasn't come to this hill either. Okay, so I've got that objective now. This is this 20. I need it. We're winning, so we have all the objectives. Okay, so he's coming here. Sighting is yeah. He's not attacking, so well, it's like a quiet day. We have this objective over there, we have that objective over there, we have that one. We occupy all our objectives. That's we are required in the scenario to occupy and hold. So there's one there, and there. We're getting the accumulation for it. There it goes. Now he's coming here. And there's one there, and there's this one here. But that's only coming on day 4 for us, and it's 5 points. And then destroy the enemy. He's worth 50 points. So, yeah. Well, let's just see how this works. Oh, still day 1, nobody's come. He keeps going down here. Oh, he's not attacking from here. Well, we're holding all our objectives that we're required to hold. I mean, that's the scenario objectives that we have. Okay, I'm going to pause the game until there's something happens here. Okay, so we have a problem here. We have a real problem here. Look at my lose-win situation suddenly. I hold all the objectives, and suddenly I'm losing in a bad state. Decisive loss. So something's wrong here, and there's just no enemy activity. I'm going to leave it. There's no. We hold all our objectives. We hold the ones that are assigned to us by the scenario. The ones that are assigned to us. This one is not yet here, but that one's still coming, and then this one at the bottom here. We have all our objectives. We've completed all our. But look at our loss. I just noticed this now. Look at this. You know what I think's happened here? Let me pause this. You know what I think's happened here? Badly designed scenario. I think what's happened here is this guy, the ally, the Axis side doesn't have these objectives. He's got his own objectives. He must have his own objectives. And the way he's coming past here, I'm assuming he's going down here. Like I was in the briefing. I read the briefing again just now. Because nothing is happening in the map. It's day 2 already. So, yeah. Capture Verocious and exploit to Metavan. But we don't have an objective to defend that. Whatever you say in the mission briefing, you need to translate that into objectives on the map. I don't know if the scenario developers play tested this scenario. Badly designed scenario. Really, really bad. I mean, shocking. If you don't have any points of contention, you don't have a game. You have to have common objectives. Otherwise, there's no fight. He can have an objective there, and I have these objectives. All he needs to do is maybe bypass me and go sit on these objectives. Where's the friction in the game? I'm sure this is what's happened, because how do we get that? So he's probably got an objective here, or because I haven't looked at that. Well, I'm going to still look at the access setup, because I haven't looked. I mean, I play these games unscripted, and I play them as I don't go, when I set up these games, like for the Allies side, I don't go and look at the access side and see I don't load up the access side. I can, but I don't load up the access side and look from the access side and see what objectives they have and then go back and adjust. I don't. I play this like from the Allies. And then when I go to the access to play that, it's the first time I'm looking at the access objectives, that video. So I don't know what they have. So I'm assuming, because there's no activity on this map, it's day 2, right? I have all the objectives. He hasn't attacked me, and I'm sitting on a massive loss column here. So I'm assuming he doesn't have objectives common to me. Now, this is a decent idea to have in a game, but it's not practical. It's not practical. Because if he's got his own objectives to get, and I've got my own, where's the point of contention? Where's the friction? Where's the point where you're going to fight over something? It's not there. Because if he's got an objective here, which I'm assuming that's the one, and he's coming through there, and he's just sitting on that objective, or an exit objective, I assume, getting the user. He just needs to bypass me and go there. Where's the game part of this? Where's the contest in? Badly designed scenario. Very bad. Really, really bad. You can't have objectives for both sides that are not the same. You might be able to have one or two, but you've got to have some points of common ground. You've got to be able to have some objectives that are common to both. To both. You can't have objectives on their own that are not common to the others. If you do this type of thing, for example, I've got no objective there. There is no objective for me to defend there. And you can't go on the fact that I read in the briefing. The briefing's not good enough. You can't say in the briefing, as I was reading here, it says, they expected to, where does it say here? Where he tells you that I'm really irritated by this. He says, the Italian objective was to pass. Okay, but he tells you, the briefing. Okay, he tells you. But that's not good enough. That's not good enough. Because where? Okay, it's likely that the enemy objective will be decapitated. Fair enough. It's likely. We know that as the Italians. Why don't we have an objective for this place? Why isn't the objective put there for us to defend then? In the map design. Badly designed scenario. You can't just go on the briefing and say, in this area, he's bound to attack. Then put in an objective to defend the area. Yes, you have one on day 4, excuse me. And how much is it worth? 5 points. It's not a valuable objective. Now, the Greeks, in the briefing, he's telling you that they're likely to come down there. Then he's giving you an objective on day 4, and he's valuing it at 5 points on day 4 to defend. Bullshit, man. Look at this. -1, and we hold all the objectives. So I know what he's doing now. Now I've figured it out, because I had to now thumbsuck this whole thing. I mean, on the reason I disregarded the briefing meeting, which I read, don't get me wrong, is because we weren't given a task to defend that. We weren't given it. There's no task to defend it. We've been given these tasks, which we have now taken, and we are all holding, yet we're still losing at a big rate. Are you with me on this? Hey, you know what? You have to have common objectives in a game for both sides. If you don't have common objectives, you know how you solve this? You have an objective for me there, or say let's just say we have a game like this. All objectives are common to both sides. There's no hidden objectives, no objectives from one side and objectives for another side. They're all the same, but you value them differently. So over here, this objective, we got both common to each other, but it's valued 5 to me, and it's valued, and you know the values of both. So you have a point value, like this objective here. It's got a value for your side, and you're also able to see the value for his side. So let's say this is 5 points, right? For me, it's not a big value for me, but if I look at the objective, oh, but it's worth 60 points to him. Then this objective is valuable to me, because even though it's worth 5, if I hold that objective, I deny him the 60 points to take the objective. Then it becomes valuable for both of us in different ways. And I have an objective of 30 that's valuable there at 30, and maybe he's only at 5, but it's 30 to me. It's valuable for him to take the objective because he denies me the 30 points. That's how you need to do this type of stuff. You can't have hidden objectives that the person doesn't know, and then briefly, vaguely say in the meeting, in the briefing, oh, the guy would come through here, and this is where he's expected to come through. There's an objective around here. How the hell am I supposed to find it? Okay, well, around here. But I mean, how do I know if I send guys there, how do I know? If I send guys to this objective, how will I know if I've got the objective or not? Because there's no flashing thing if I don't get an objective and he's gone. So I don't know if I'm actually holding the objective or not. That's why you need objectives in games. And they need to be common to both. You can't have objectives for the Italians that we can't see, and then you vaguely mention it in the map. Oh, they're likely to come down there. This is what's happened here. He's got an objective there, or it's an exit objective, and all he's doing is bypassing. He's not taking any of this. So he has these objectives on his. There's the objective, and I'm sitting here. But the thing is, I'm losing the game, but I have all the objectives that are required to win the game. I'm occupying them. Irritation. Badly designed scenario. Don't like it at all. So you know what I'm going to do? I know what he's doing now. So I'm going to put him over there, right? And I'm going to move this guy, because I see he was coming over here, to there. No, not this guy. Let me just reattach him. Okay, this guy, I'm going to move to there, because I see he's coming over there. He's bypassing me over here. And this is all I can do. I've got to hold my objectives, obviously. And he's going to do that. And then this guy can move onto the objective there. And he can hold the objective. This is what I'm going to do. There it is. Because now I see what he's doing. But now at day 2 already. Hey, irritated. Yeah, very irritated by this whole thing. Are you with me with what I'm saying? I mean, come on, Oz. Yeah. So obviously I've got to stop him here. He's obviously coming through here. So there we go. Well, at the end of the game, remember something. I might be losing now, and I'm only losing because the exit objective, you get the points immediately. I'm only losing because I haven't sat long enough. These are occupations. So it should turn out to be a draw. So let's move him there. Let's move him there. Let's see if we can stop him over there. There we go. I mean, what bullshit is this? Alright, there's my end of my Pishimoni. Terribly designed scenario. Don't like it at all. Because there's no points of a contention, and I haven't been given an objective to defend that. And the objective I gave on day 4 worth 5 points. Come on, Oz. If the briefing says that somebody is likely to attack this mountain or move there, put an objective over there in the game to defend it. Don't just say it in the briefing. That's rubbish. So I've got to now make a plan. I'm assuming he's coming down here. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to move, because I'm pretty sure that's what's happening. Okay, he's the one there. Oh yeah, that's the one I put to defend. Okay, I'm gonna move him down here because well, I don't know. All right, just hang on. Let me just think about this first. Because just now he decides to come through. Yeah. In fact, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna move him down to there. Let him go down there. Because looks like where he's deciding he's gonna do his bits and pieces. So I'm gonna move him down there. Let him go down there. And he can go fight down there and slow him up down there. Now that I know about it, seeing there's no objective there, I still don't know how the scenario will play out because I don't know if he's got the guys that it's going to come here or whatever later. I'm assuming that's objective. Maybe he has these objectives later today, so we don't know. We are living blind. We don't know. Maybe he's got these objectives. I don't know. I'll have to look at the Axis side when I play them. Maybe he has these objectives, but they only valid on day 4 for him. So I'm not going to move anything just yet until I know what's going on here. But I'm going to chase him down to the bottom there because I kind of figured out what this twat is up to. So I'm going to just basically follow him down there. Yeah. Because that's where he's going. I'm telling you now. Because he's coming past there. And there's where I'm getting all the units. So it's obviously, there's what it said in the map. Yeah. Yeah. Jeez, it's irritating. I don't know if the guys play tested this. How could they have designed such a badly designed scenario like this? How could they have over missed this? Maybe they don't know about it. You can't have a scenario where there's no common objectives to both sides. You can't. Because there's no point of contention there. Are you with me with that? I know I've said it a few times, but I'm saying it a few times now because I'm irritated by it. I haven't been given an objective to defend it. I know it says it in the notes, but I left it. The reason why I didn't go and it said in the notes is because the actual scenario only gave me these objectives to occupy. It didn't give me this objective here. Doing it, saying it in the mission briefing is not enough. It's not enough. You have to give a reason to defend that. You've got to give that as an objective. You can't just say in the meeting, "Oh, the briefing says he must defend over there because he's going to go there," and then don't make it as an objective for us to defend. That's why we have objectives. If you say in the meeting, "This is important," he's going to go through. Make it an objective. Put an objective there to defend it. Come on, man. Phew. A badly designed scenario, and it's an official scenario. It's so badly designed. Anyway, I'm going down there to see what's going on. I know it's down here because that's the moats, and he hasn't attacked me yet, and it's day 2 already, so you can tell. And even this objective, I'm just sitting on. He's not even come close to that. So he doesn't have these objectives. He's got this area here. I'm sure is an objective. I don't know what else he has. Maybe these will come late in the day. Who knows? But there's an objective now. That's why we're sitting at a lose situation. But not just a. You know what gave me a fright? It wasn't just a. Sometimes you'll get it. Just go. This is like almost down the bottom. This is almost like a decisive defeat. Suddenly, I couldn't believe it. And I have all the objectives. I've got no other objectives, and I occupy them on ones. I'm sitting on a lose. So I'm thinking this definitely is a exit objective. I'm sure of it. Must be. All right, I'm going to pause this video until stuff happens. Until these guys get down to the bottom here, because there's nothing happening here. Okay, so this objective became active. Still nobody came here, so these objectives aren't coming for him. So I've then gone and moved the guy there. I don't know. The only reason I'm not moving these guys here over there, down to the bottom here now, is because I don't know if these objectives are common to him, but they're only coming, let's put it, say, on day 6. You understand? So I'm not going to, these are worth 30. So I'm not going to move them. So we'll see at the end of the battle if these objectives were common to him or not. So I put my base over there because he can sit and get those points. Yeah, no, he's fighting along his way. So I'm happy with that. In fact, I'm just making them to attack, and that's the quickest. And they're just at normal. Yeah. Let them just go down there. Looks like they're only fighting over here. We're slowing him up here, obviously, to get down here. Which is what we needed to do. And then I'm just going to hold on to that objective. So we are losing big time. But how's the thing? We have all the objectives. We're in charge. There he's going. See, there we go. There he's going. In fact, you know what I'm going to do? I think I'm going to move these guys down there. So I'm going to pause the video and make the moves. I think this guy hasn't got the objectives. So I'm going to take one force. I'm going to pause the move, and I'm going to move him down there. I'm going to pause the video. Okay, so what I've done is I'm moving these 2 regiments now. They're moving at the quickest. So, well, I might as well do something. At the quickest down to the bottom there. I'm sure that's what's going on. And he's moving down there to the bottom there. Might as well. I mean, there's nothing going on here. Doesn't look like it's day 3 already and he hasn't done anything. So this is what I'm going to do with everybody. Because this objective only comes available on day 4, but obviously, so, okay, he's got only 1 O. I'm going to wait for the rest of these guys to come before I give him an order. But let these guys go down the bottom there. Yeah, so obviously it's down here. So he's going to move down and he's going to move down. And they're going to go down there and sit on that X there. That objective. There's nobody else has come except this division commander. I'm not moving him yet until he gets some. In fact, you know what? Maybe I will put him, just to get the clutter, I'll put him over there. Okay, let him go there. Let him just go there. Yeah, this is obviously what's going on. Okay, good. So now these guys are a little bit far out. I mean, they're not close. So you know what? I'm going to move him back as the HQ. I'm going to put him back in here. It's not going to help. He's one little single oak. So let him go back to this objective over here and help out. And just sit there. Who's this guy? Oh, there's somebody that's come. Hang on. Let me just look at the messages. Oh, the engineer. Okay, I'm going to leave him. I'm going to leave him until stuff happens. Let these guys just go down there to the bottom there. There's no objective here, but we're going to go down there anyway. Obviously, he's exiting down there. We're losing at a big rate, yeah? Yeah, huge. But I think we'll be able to let me see who else is right. I'm actually not going to move him. I'm going to pause the video. I'm not going to move him down to the bottom there. I'm actually going to put him around here. Because I still don't know if this is going to be objectives that are coming later. But I need to stop that hole at the bottom. So I'm going to pause the video and do that. Okay, so I've actually moved him He's going this route. This is the quickest for him. So let him go on his own route. He sort of worked out the quickest way to get there. So let him go. And that guy's moving to me. I've just put him on top here. I put him here because I still don't know whether these will become active later. But anyway, I'm moving this lot down here. Yeah. Okay, might as well just, because there's no action here, I might as well pause until some further developments or action comes. I'm going to pause the video. Yeah, there he's coming. There he is. He's just bypassing me. He's just coming this way. Look at the piles that are coming here. It's just going there. And this has become active now. It's 5 points for us. It's a 5-point objective. Occupation objective. Can you believe it? And we're sitting in a massive lose here. And we've got all these objectives. So I'm sending these guys. I'm sending this guy up here. Look, yeah, there he is. He's just exiting. Terrible scenario, this. No friction whatsoever. And then relying on the briefing report to make the player realize, but there's no objective for him to defend it. And when the objective comes on day 4, it's worth 5 points. Anyway, let's just see. I haven't played this yet, so I'm going to see how this ends here. I'm moving these guys just to there, just in case they become active. So I don't know. Well, I'm moving these guys down here. These guys are going down there. And that's 16 or whatever. I'm going to defend a 5-point scenario, a 5-point objective. It's all very well him having an objective to go down there, but then make it an objective for us to defend, and not on day 4, and not 5 points. Excuse me. But anyway, I know I'm bitching and moaning, but it's just me bitching and moaning. There he is. He's there. It's going all the way. This is for none of him. This value here is nothing for him. I'm putting a little force there, up there. I am sending this little force around there. But there's a big 14 not coming now. 14 units coming there. I'm going to send them down there as well. Luckily, I decided to send these guys here. I'm just smelling my ass here. Just thumb-sucking here. With this the scenario. Terribly designed scenario. Badly designed. Badly designed. But anyway, that's just my opinion. Maybe other people like sitting on the map and just sitting on the X's. Well, he killed my one infantry guy there. It's okay. I'm sending these guys down there. Luckily, I smelled the moroses before it all happened. Luckily, we have this. It gives us an idea of where we're losing. And you start looking at the game, you look at the objectives, you hold them all, and suddenly you're losing badly. There's something wrong. And you don't have an objective for down there. Now there's one for 5 points. Can you believe it? So the game should end in a draw. If I let, this is the dimension, I'm thinking, should be a draw. If I let him just exit and don't contest him, and I hold all these objectives at the end of the game, it should add up to a draw. Because my objectives should value his. That's the way I'm thinking it. All right, let me just, these guys have arrived. This 14, I'm going to make their moves. I'll pause the video and make their moves. Okay, so I've sent this whole regiment down here. They've gone the quickest to get down there and guard that place. Because it looks like that's where the action is. Not up here, where we're holding our objectives. Down there. So he's going the quickest. I just sent him one route and the quickest to get there. And he's going to fight along the way when he gets in. This lot's going down there as well. So the idea is obviously to deny him to exit his units. Because if we deny him, then we deny him the chance to win the game. And I'm sending these guys. They're still making their ways down there. Just as an insurance. Because I don't know if this is going to be an objective later in the game. So you always make sure you hold your objective first. And then you go and see what the enemy's doing. Alright. Yeah. That's the only way to do it. Coming down, yeah. So this should be. So I'm going to pause the game until there's further developments. Okay, so it's day 5. I'm getting these guys. They're all coming down the road, yeah. I've moved the division headquarters to there, so he can bring his artillery up. And that's about it. I'm still sitting on there. Nobody's come to these objectives. Can you believe it? Alright, so I'm sending everybody here to there, because this is obviously an exit point for him, because I saw cars come there and disappear, so let them all go down the bottom there. Yeah, just there's no activity here. Nothing. Nothing here, nothing there. So up to now, this is an objective for him. It's obviously an exit objective. I'll see it now. Now when I set up tomorrow's video from the access side, how their objectives look for this game. But I'm pretty sure this is an exit objective, and no, it won't be because he's not fighting and he's moving everybody there. So this is obviously an exit objective here. So let everybody move down there. There's probably going to be some fighting down there. We're still losing this fight, even though we've got a bit better, because obviously we're accumulating now all the... and I'm moving that whole regiment and that regiment down there. So there should be a good fight coming here. And in fact, you are going to move down to there. That's where you're going to go. I want to see if they... because maybe his exit objective is down here. Oh, here we go. 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 There we go. There's the fight. There it is. It's an objective. It's a... Okay, so now we're having a fight. He's all piled up down there, and he's exiting all his units down there. Alright, so there we go. There's the fight. There's the fight. Okay. In this little corner here, how's this the scenario? Here's the fight in the corner. Luckily, I woke up to this whole situation. And I think this HQ... where is he? This one, yeah. I think that needs to move close. I'd say to there. Will he be able to get there? Because I need my artillery. Because this guy, he's not going to be able to shoot. Okay, so we need artillery. Yeah. Yeah, there he is, all clumped up here. So we've got a fight here in the little corner here over this five-point value hex with all these men. Alright, so where are you going? Obviously, you're not going anywhere else. You're going down the road. That's obvious, eh? Boom. I'm not even going to plot their moves. Well, why can't you arrive there? What's the problem? Can you get there? You can get there. Alright, I'm glad about that. Can you get there? Can you get onto that objective? Alright, let's... hang on. Before I do anything, I'm going to make sure that you are till the end of the time. Max, attacks, and let's just say the quickest path. Just want to see if you'll find the quickest path. We have an airstrike available. Good. Let's throw it. Nobody's contested any of those objectives, eh? Okay, who's arrived? You know where you're going, eh? Let me just pause the video and plan these moves. Okay, so I've planned his move down there, this whole regiment down here. This is where we're going to fight. Yeah. So let him go down there as well. So the fight, the actual battle is in this little corner here. Can you believe it? Badly designed scenario, this. Anyway, I'm going to play it, because, I mean, I'm going to finish it. We're still losing, even though we hold all the objectives that are assigned to us, except this little, except this is a 5-point objective, eh? Don't remember that. There it is. 5 points. So we need artillery down here. So I'm bringing the HQ, the division HQ, with his artillery. Beta Recce. Okay, let's just use this guy. Let me just message. Oh, he's arrived. Okay, good. So you know where you're going. Huh? You're also going all the way down here. What the hell? Move. Let's move you down there. Why not? Let's pile up the units down there. And make it the quickest. Off you go. Alright, so you're on your way. Okay, so every single soul that I know is down here to take a 5 value objective. These are 30s, eh? Terrible scenario, badly designed. I don't know if the scenario designers are aware of this. Anyway, I know I want to bitch and moan, but there we go. So something else has arrived. Let me just look at this and see who it is. Message. Well, do you... Okay, I just want to look at the order of battle just to make sure. Oh, yeah. Bring you down. Come to the fight. This is where it's happening. Okay, there you go. I'm going to put you on the X because you... Jeez, I'm going to put you there. Okay, I'm going to put you there. Okay. And let's just... On the objective. Max, tax. And we're going to... Quickest. There we go. Simple. Let's just see if have these guys ever arrived yet. Oh, they're still moving. He's probably so tired, he's got this whole thing here. Well, he can't exit these guys until there's no activity here, I think. So we're stopping him from exiting, which is the important thing. Well, whatever's left of his units. Let him bring his artillery close. Okay, just a bit closer. Who else has arrived? Let me just get the message here. Okay, just reattach him. Right. So that he's got the... Oh, yeah. It's got a sizable force here. Okay, I'm going to readjust these. I'm just going to pause the video. I'm going to readjust the intensity of all these units, because I think that's a little high. We don't want to lose too many O's. So I'm just going to pause the video and do this of all of these guys. Okay, so I've done it all. So they're not going to fight, they're going to fight at normal intensity. I don't want to lose too many units. I'm just going to move him to there. I think that's enough for his artillery. And then all these guys are coming. The thing is, he can't exit while we got troops down there. Okay, I'm going to pause the video until there's further action. Yeah, so here's the fight. Here where it is. This is the big fight down here. And I'm just piling all the guys. We still hold all these objectives. So obviously these are not his objectives. None of those are. We've creeped up a bit, because obviously here, this has to be some kind of objective, or an exit objective, because he's clumped over here. We haven't got this objective yet. We don't have enough men in there, but I'm sure that's going to change soon. And then we hold everything else. So the action's down here. I'm glad I brought the artillery down here. And there's more coming. There's nothing happening up here. We're holding these with one hose. One hose. One man crews here. Now we're not so much losing now, because these objectives obviously are now accumulating. You understand? So in effect, if I just left him, theoretically, I'm assuming how this works. If he had this as only objective for him, and I didn't contest this, by the end of the game, once I've accumulated everything and I've got all these, it should end in a draw. I'm assuming. Maybe this is the one that ties it over. Anyway, badly designed scenario, as I said before. You can't have objectives for one side that the other side doesn't know about. You can't have that. That's just because then nobody knows where to defend and nobody knows where anything else. And you can't just mention it in the briefing and say, oh, he's going to go through there. Then you must put an objective nearby. Because obviously if they've decided, the high command have decided that this is important, they would put it as an objective for their troops, wouldn't they? Well, you need to do it in the game too, oh. I know I'm getting passionate about this, but geez. Are you still going? Well, we've obtained the objective because we've got more troops in here. No, are you still going? Okay, good. Well, that's where we're fighting, is over there. Why else? There's nowhere else he's contesting. So obviously we're gonna wipe this lot out, I think. We've got all this still coming, and we've got tons of reinforcements coming, or 1-5 more unit, that's about it. Okay. Is he coming with these guys? Alright, good. And this guy, oh, those are the bases. Nobody else has arrived yet. Okay, so I'm gonna pause this video until there's something happens. I mean, if he attacks us here, then obviously we got some kind of fight on the hands. But anyway, I'm going to pause this until there's further developments here. Yeah, how's this scenario, eh? This is where the action is. This is where the fight is, right? Everything is there in the corner and nothing is happening up here. Terribly designed. And he's just getting blown away. He obviously... I'm assuming it's an exit objective, so he can't exit because we are contesting this objective, or this is an objective that's worth 100 points and he just needs to sit on it. But either way, we are going to, because we got this objective, we're going to obviously hold this objective or deny him from getting out. Nothing's come over here. He hasn't contested. So obviously at this point in time, these objectives aren't objectives for him. It's clear, you could see it. So I'm going to pause this video until there's further developments. It's just a fight over here in the corner here. That's the game. That was the whole game. And I'm going to pause the video. Yeah, day 7, 8 o'clock. Still nothing coming here, so there's no contention over here. Still fighting in this little corner here. Okay, it's moved up now till sort of like a draw, because we've got this and then we're accumulating this, so we should win this. I mean, assuming he doesn't come and take these objectives away and he's just sitting in the corner. He's not bringing anybody else, so nobody else has come, and it looks like he's just here in the corner defending here, and we're just going to fight him out here. It's a game of attrition, which we're going to win because we've got all these guys coming through anyway. Yeah, we have no more reinforcements. We've got a 5 units coming on day 8. Yeah, so I don't know. Where are these guys? Yeah, these guys can go down there as well. Why don't they just clear this whole hole out here? There we go. Help these guys out. Off you go. Oh, where is he now? I'm assuming, I just want to just look here, see where, because I know I sent these guys down there. But I don't know who they are. Oh, it's that whole regiment. Yeah, send them. In fact, you know what, send them right down there. Why not? Why not? There was somebody else I sent down here. I hope it's not, was it this guy? Just checking here. That was the whole regiment, yeah. And it was this guy, right? I just want to just check who he is. So not sending a division commander. You can't. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, send it. Send the whole lot. Off they go. Yeah, why not? Send it all down there. Let it all go and hang it out down there. Yeah, why not? There's nothing coming here. There's no fight over here. He's got a sizable force here. Sizable. Must be all his units. And we need to get this up. The destroy the enemy part. So that's going to put us over the line as well. We hold all the objectives and it's a draw. Just want to see how these guys do here. We got an airstrike. Okay, good. Let's drop one down there. Boom, right in the middle. Okay, good. Just want to make sure that there's always somebody on that X there. Artillery, great. I brought the artillery down here because they are doing their work from that side. So we're just squeezing him in a little corner here. His whole force is down there. That's where he sent his force. Stupid scenario. It's supposed to be historical. They should have done justice to this. I promise you, they should have designed it better. Because, I mean, it's historical. It's not a fictional fight. So they should have done the justice that it deserved. Yeah. Anyways, no use bitching and complaining. It is what it is. Can't change the fact. But that's the fight. Alright, I'm going to pause it until there's more action. Until there's something else happens here. I mean, look at this here. Look at this. This is all he's got left here. We've driven him right into a corner here. None of these objectives are contestable by him, so he doesn't have those as the objectives. And we've driven him right in the corner here. What kind of contest is this? Stupid. And not historical at all. Because this should have been an objective from the beginning that was worth like 50 points to us. So that we could have stopped him and we would have fought over here. Luckily, we got this meter here. Because if I didn't have this meter, I'd still be sitting thinking, well, we've won the battle. Because, hey, we have all the objectives. And it's only got because we've destroyed some of his units now. And we've stopped him from exiting here without us knowing. And there's an objective that we are given on day 4. And it's worth 5 points. Can you believe it? And yet in the briefing, it's specific about this place, but it didn't give an objective. And when it does give an objective, it gives it 5 points. So if it's so important, why wasn't it there on day 1 at worth 50 points? I'm asking that. Yeah. Anyway, it is what it is, like I said earlier. So he's in this little corner here. So I'm just going to pause it till the end of the video. I mean, it's basically not a fight. Unless he comes down here, and for some reason these objectives become active and he starts attacking over there, then I realize that this has now become active. Or I find him down there. But as far as we know, as far as like the hint I picked up earlier and I said this is where he's going. It's either an exit objective or it's just a parking off objective. But we've basically wiped out his force here. So, yeah, I'm going to pause. There's no use you watching this. It's not entertaining. So I'm going to pause the video until the end of I'm going to pause it until the end of the game, or if there's any changes here with the objectives. So this is now day 9, right? I've wiped his whole entire force out here, right? Now we're just sitting here, letting the scenario run out the whole day, because there's nothing to fight over. There's nothing to fight over. Nothing has come. And he's got obviously no more forces because nobody's come. He hasn't offered a surrender. So from last night, we're just letting the scenario run out. Just let it run out a whole day of doing nothing. So I'm just gonna put it on auto run and just wait till the result comes. Terrible scenario. All right, I'm gonna pause this until close to the time because there's obviously nothing here. Yeah, he's got no more forces, and the battle is over. It's over now. He hasn't surrendered because we're sitting at a draw. Can you believe it? All right, cool. I'm going to pause this until the end of the video so we get close to the victories, the victory screen part where it explains whether we won or lost. All right. Well, there we go. It's almost 11 o'clock, 2300 hours, 2021. There's been no activity, and we just sat here for like a day and a half and done nothing. Can you believe it? All right, let's just see what the result is. Let's see what we get for this. See what the end screen looks like. Victory screen. A draw. A draw. Can you believe it? A draw. The battle has ended in a stalemate. I cannot conceal my disappointment at the outcome of this battle. The Italian invaders have not been driven back. However, for this moment, I'm willing to let you remain in command, but I expect better results in the future. Well, we'll see. General Ivanos Metaxas. All right, so he lost so many units, almost 8,000 units. We lost only 2,000. He lost more guns than us. We got 100 points, and he got 100 points. So I said that this was going to be a draw, remember. And we held, the thing is, we held all our objectives. This is all he's got left. And we held all our objectives, and we ended up with a draw. Can you believe it? I'm not going to go too much in my frustration with the scenario. I think it was a badly designed scenario. Badly designed scenario. Terrible design. Because we came late there, we didn't know about this. We came a bit late. That's why we lost something. It wouldn't have affected the ultimate results, but it was a rubbish design scenario. I wonder if the scenario designers are aware of this. The game's been out for since 2015. And are they aware of this badly designed setup that they've done here? Because these obviously weren't objectives for him. He never came to take them. We occupied all the objectives. We got all the objectives we were designed to get, right? Except this last 5-1, because we just didn't get there fast enough. And we destroyed most of his enemy. And we end up with a draw, having got all our objectives. And he didn't fight for any of this, and then he came down here, and obviously an exit objective or getting out objective or whatever. Eventually, the only reason I realized that this was a problem when I had all these guys here, and I saw that we were losing right down at the bottom here. I thought that's definitely a problem because he needs to get these objectives, but he didn't. As I said earlier, badly designed scenario. If you're going to give the opposition different objectives than yours, you can't do it. You can see why this doesn't work. Because all he probably did was just bypass me and go and sit on his objective. That's all. He didn't have these. He obviously didn't have these to fight for. So why would he possibly want to attack these objectives? From a replayability point of view, terrible. Terrible scenario. I know I'm bitching and moaning. Maybe there's people with other opinions on this scenario. Maybe there's I'd welcome your comments on this. But just before you comment on this, just let me just listen to all my arguments first, then give me a valid comment. Because this is in my opinion how I see this game running. I didn't know about this. I had an objective of 5 over there. I read it in the briefing. That's not good enough for the game. That's not good enough to read it in the briefing. That's not good enough. You need to have specified the objective. Otherwise, where is he going to come? It's not good enough. to put objectives here that he might have, but not have them as objective for us. You can't have a game without common objectives, because this is exactly what happens. If he's got an objective there, an objective there, an objective there, then basically all he does is pile up his objectives, pile up. He doesn't need to. He doesn't know about your objectives because they aren't his, and he doesn't need to attack them. So why would he have the incentive to do it? I know I'm frustrated. I'm carrying on about this, but you'll see my comments in the video as to this. So basically, it was over. I just let it run. I didn't know he had oaks here. How would I have supposed to know? I couldn't see. There was nothing on the map. So they should have done justice to this. It was a historical scenario, and they did a terrible job on this design. It was terrible. It wasn't great. No, nothing. Only fight down here because I realized then he was down here, and there was just one big little bash down there which I wiped him out, and the rest of it I just left. Now I'm going to play this as the Axis to see what the Axis's objectives are, and I'm going to play through it just to see how this thing works on the Axis point of view. All right, it doesn't detract from me loving this game. It's such a good game. Don't get me wrong, go buy it. It's a brilliant game. But be aware, and I'm just going to warn you, if you play this scenario, be aware of this pitfall. Be aware that he's having some kind of exit objective over here or objective over here, because this is where he was going. He's having it over there. And be aware when you play this that none of these are objectives for him. None of them, because he doesn't go and attack them, obviously. So when you play this, just be aware that he's going to pile up here. And if you don't stop him over here, and the scenario doesn't put this as an objective, it gives a little 5-point objective on day 4 there. Just be aware that he's not going to contest you over here. So that's just something for somebody in the future. Yeah, if I had to play this again, I wouldn't have done what I did. Put these oaks over here and bring this because I'm expecting him to come there. Because these are 30-point objectives. I would have just left 1-0, 1-0, and the rest of everything I had, I would have gone and put 0 there, 1-0 there, and everything I had, I would have just gone down here. Why wouldn't I do anything else? I would have just gone down here and sent all my reinforcement, and we had a big fight down there. In the last 2 days of the scenario, I was just basically, I had the earphones on. I was just looking at my phone. What was the use? There was nothing to contest in this thing. Terrible scenario. Anyway, I know I'm bitching and moaning on and about it, but that's my opinion. That's my feeling on this. If you know better, listen to my comments, and then I'd like to hear your suggestions as to how you feel about this. Anyway, I know because I'm passionate about this. That's why I'm like, yeah, I enjoy playing these scenarios. I love this game. But when you come up with a scenario like this, it's disappointing. It's irritating. Anyway, it's enough of my bitching and moaning. Go get the game. It's worth it. Don't get me wrong. It's worth every penny. The other scenarios are brilliantly designed. Yeah. All right. I think I've covered enough on that. There's nothing else I need to. We held all the objectives and all this type of stuff. All right. Sean from Combat Simulations. Please subscribe to my channel. It's free. And also leave comments and suggestions and watch my videos. Helps me a lot. Watch them, please. And also like them. That also helps a lot. I promise you. All right, I'm going to play this as the Pindos historical campaign. I'm going to play it from the Axis side. Until our next fight as the Axis side for the Pindos historical campaign, good day on you.